Hey guys, so I'm super excited to do this video today, mainly because I am in an ice cream shirt, but also because I'm talking to you about my top 5 favorite foundations from the drugstore. I have 4 brands in front of me, and I can't wait to tell you why I love them all. And of course, before I start this video, I need to let you know my skin type because I'm basing my favorites off of my skin type. I have normal to dry skin, definitely drier in the winter time, and more normal during the rest of the year. Because of that, I tend to avoid a lot of matte foundations unless they aren't too matte and they don't suck all the moisture out of my skin. They're in no particular order. I'm starting off with my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup with SPF 20. Even with the SPF, I do find it has a tiny bit of flashback. Everything else about the foundation makes it wonderful, so I can look past the small amount of flashback with this foundation. I definitely agree with the name of the foundation. It definitely makes your skin look super healthy. It has a satin finish, it's medium coverage and super lightweight on the skin, but it doesn't sit oddly on the skin. I find with a lot of drugstore foundations, it's either it sits really oddly on the skin or it actually soaks in and looks good, and this one definitely leaves you looking healthy. I don't know the wear time on it. It actually doesn't say the wear time on it. I find you can wear this foundation for about 8 hours before it starts to fade. Luckily, none of the foundations I'm talking about today actually do patch up towards the end of the day. They all just fade very nicely, so it doesn't look like you just put on your makeup, but it also doesn't look like you've worn it for 24 hours and you look awful. The foundation is definitely very, very liquidy, and although it doesn't have a pump, none of these actually have a pump. This is my favorite one without the pump because it's just so liquidy that it will come out really quickly. You don't have to wait for it. Sometimes I can just put my finger on the top and shake it up and then dot it along my face. That's actually my favorite way to use it. The other ones I have to pour out on the back of my hand, which just uses up a little bit more product. My next favorite foundation is still from Neutrogena. It's the Nourishing Longwear Makeup. It also has SPF 20. I find that this one has less flashback. It also isn't so much of a satin finish. I want to say it's a little bit I want to say it's a little bit more of a natural matte finish. It's not too matte and doesn't have a sheen. I don't want to say it's satin either, so I'm going to stick with natural matte. What does it claim? A natural looking coverage, resists heat and humidity. I definitely agree it resists heat and humidity. A lot of the times I don't like wearing fuller coverage foundation. Not even medium to full during the summertime because foundations react awfully to heat and humidity, and I'm from Virginia. There's so much humidity, guys. But it actually lasts really well in heat and humidity, and the finish is beautiful. This one doesn't patch up. It fades as the day goes on. It claims a 12-hour wear. I want to say it's about a 9-hour wear until it starts fading noticeably. This foundation has a little bit more coverage than the Healthy Skin foundation. However, it's still super lightweight, and that's something I can really appreciate. It doesn't sit on the skin oddly at all. I actually don't think either of these oxidize, which is amazing. This one also claims to have tone correcting complex. So it says it's clinically proven to make skin tone look more even in just 4 weeks, even without makeup. I don't ever really agree that putting on foundation will make your skin better. Even if it does have like skincare products inside of it, you're just adding chemicals still. So, my opinion. So again, the finish is about 8 hours and it does fade nicely. It doesn't patch up or anything. I think my last 3 favorites are actually cult favorites, and my next one I'm talking about is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I have it in light medium with a neutral undertone. That's one of the reasons that I really like this product, is that there's such a large range and you get to pick your undertones. I don't know why drugstore foundations haven't really been doing that. Like True Match has been doing that for so long. L'Oreal, props to you. But it's really nice to see that companies are really thinking about ranges so that everyone can find an exact match. What most people love about the foundation, and what I also love about it, is that there is no flashback. But keep in mind that does mean that there's no SPF in it, and you should almost always have SPF if you're going to be in the sun, even at night or even when it's cloudy. It can have effects to the skin which may create wrinkles or just dull out the skin, and of course, you know, SPF, you know. I want to say the wear of it is about 8 hours before it starts to fade, and again, it is a fade. Sorry. He's my boyfriend. He's out of town. That's why I'm in his shirt. Okay, just kidding. I'm in his shirt all the time, but it's super soft and I love it. So again, the finish is about 8 hours and it does fade nicely. It doesn't patch up or anything. I definitely do like that. I try to wear it when I know I'm not going to be in the sun. If I know I'm going to be like inside of a building all day. Or if I know I'm going out during the night and I need it so that there's no flashback if I take any Snapchats. My next favorite has definitely been raved about by everyone, I think. It's the Infallible Pro Glow, and if you didn't rave about it, it's because you have oily skin. This is definitely hydrating. I would definitely recommend it if you have normal to dry skin, but the finish is wonderful. It's dewy and it doesn't look glittery or anything. It just has a nice natural dewiness. It doesn't look greasy, it doesn't look glittery. Definitely love the finish on it. My thought process is that the more dewy a foundation is, the shorter the wear time. However, this one still was, it claims a 24-hour wear. I want to say it's a 9-hour wear, and then it starts fading. It doesn't look bad, and still you can still tell there's product, but it definitely isn't like you first applied it or 3 hours after you first applied it and you were looking on fleek. That's not the case. I have one con about this product, and I don't know if I'm the only one that's experiencing it, but it is such a liquidy formula. I had to store it upside down, or when I open it, it doesn't explode. It just leaks though so quickly. It leaks so quickly everywhere, and that's my one con for it. That's my one problem with it. This product would have probably done better with a pump, or even just in one of these where the hole is sitting upright. My last favorite drugstore foundation, everyone knows it, everyone loves it, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I want to say that even if you have dry skin, you should definitely pick up the matte and poreless one. I would recommend that even if you have dry skin, to pick up the matte and poreless version, not the dewy version, because the finish isn't that matte. It's actually very natural. It doesn't dry out the skin, and it's great even if you have oily skin. And one of my biggest worries with matte foundations, because I do have normal to dry skin, is that they're very heavy on the skin and they dry out the skin. But this one's actually very lightweight on the skin, and it still feels really good sitting on it. It doesn't feel like it's sucking moisture out. It doesn't feel like it's clinging onto dry spots. It's amazing. Also, the range of the Fit Me foundation is fantastic. I definitely appreciate that. I think that is a wonderful foundation. Again, if you have dry skin, please just try it out. It's still great even though you have dry skin. Don't pick up the dewy one. Pick up the dewy one if you want. But I think this one is definitely my recommendation. So those are my 5 top favorite current drugstore foundations. As more drugstore foundations come out and I test them out, this might change, but these have been my favorites for so long. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.